we can have a disaster that would be even worse than Chernobyl, said Andrei Ozharovsky, a Russian nuclear physicist who was arrested and deported from Belarus for his criticism of the Ostrovets nuclear power plant project. How often do nuclear power plants go wrong? Chernobyl is considered the world's worst nuclear disaster to date that happened in 1986. Workers did not implement adequate safety precautions, and this lack of awareness led to catastrophic results. About 30 countries are considering planning or starting nuclear power programs. And what do they need to do to start building one? To find a perfect location, to estimate technologies, to calculate possible impacts on the environment, also to think about the possible effects on neighbors. And finally, to have know-how in building one, to follow international standards on safety, to stay transparent. But why Belarus is building a new power plant? To reduce energetic dependency from Russia? Really? According to the World Fact Book, Belarus' GDP per capita is ranked 38th in the Europe region. And its overall score is well below the regional average and slightly below the world average. Is the country capable to build a new nuclear power plant with such an economy? The Russian state atomic energy corporation Rosatom is defined as the strategic partner in the nuclear power plant construction. Russia has provided Belarus with a loan of $10 billion to construct the plant. The whole chain of engineering and project implementation, including producing, refining and supply, is in the hands of Rosatom. This affair does not glow with independence. The Belarusian nuclear power plant is being constructed in Ostrovets, around 40 kilometers from Vilnius. On a clear day, you can even see the twin cooling towers from the hot air balloon above the capital of Lithuania. Why this is a problem? It is being built in an unsuitable location. Violation of international nuclear and environmental safety requirements. No respect for the principles of openness and transparency. Moreover, the lack of safety culture is disturbing. Wrong choices lead to disasters. This was already noticed by international media. The Ostrovets nuclear power plant in many ways is proof of success for President Vladimir Putin, locking Belarus into long-term dependency on Rosatom. Rosatom has given Moscow a powerful geopolitical tool, locking clients like Belarus into long-term dependency on Rosatom and therefore the Russian state. The first nuclear fuel was delivered to Ostrovets in May 2020, and the power plant could be launched and start producing electricity soon. It looks like a long electric affair. To start generating electricity in a clean and efficient way sounds like the ultimate goal for any country. But when we talk about Ostrovets nuclear power plant in Belarus, we have to ask how it was built. Let's start with violations of international conventions and safety agreements. Espoo, Aarhus, Water Convention. Belarus failed to comply with Espoo Convention by not justifying the selection of the Ostrovets site over the alternative locations. Thus, this electric couple has the right to ignore us all. And here is a short roll of facts of their ignorance. In addition, here are examples of the low safety culture of the Russian Federation and Rosatom. As soon as nuclear power plant starts operation, it starts generating radioactive waste. However, Belarus has no strategy for radioactive waste management, no agreement with Russia regarding reprocessing of spent fuel, no repositories for radioactive waste. Problems in the construction of Ostrovets nuclear power plant, low safety culture and no strategy for radioactive waste management were also identified by Greenpeace. So, should we just close our eyes and shut up? Ambition is the virtue of all great men, but when the country's economy stands at the lower end among Europe's average and below the world's average, you probably need a helping hand. Moscow extends its hand, but on the other hand, has 3 foreign policy objectives for Ostrovets nuclear power plant: to tighten its grip over Belarus, to maintain Russian influence in the Baltic states, and to divide the European Union, whose members have no consistent position on the project. There is really no demand, unless, of course, the motivation is actually to project a geopolitical influence over Belarus. The Belarusian government claims that the Ostrovets nuclear power plant will help significantly reduce the country's domestic natural gas consumption and its imports from Russia. Belarus also has ambitious plans to become an important electricity provider, but Baltic countries are already cutting off from the Soviet Brel energy chain. This will generate a huge power surplus for Belarus. Lithuania and Poland have already refused to buy electricity from the plant. There is still uncertainty regarding the use of the power from the new Belarusian nuclear power plant, the cost structure of electricity and the mode of debt repayment. Myth busted. The Ostrovets nuclear power plant does not reduce, but increases Belarus's dependence on Russia. Why Lithuania is so actively opposing the Ostrovets nuclear power plant project? When joining the European Union, experts underline the importance of safety. As Minsk breaches international standards on nuclear safety, Lithuania takes a tough position on ensuring proper nuclear safety in the European Union neighborhood. Lithuania, together with European Union experts, made key findings. The comprehensive seismic assessment was not performed. Belarus nuclear power plant design has deficiencies related to loss of safety functions. Severe accident management has deficiencies. Reactors are not making mistakes. Humans do. Fingers crossed otherwise.
The nuclear safety is a very high priority for us, and as Belarus is a direct neighbor, it must ensure highest possible safety standards.
There must be no unsafe projects at the European Union doorstep. Or should we just wait for the second Chernobyl season?